What's up everybody, I'm Jordan Weber and welcome to another mobility training video. We are going to go over a full body workout today, primarily focusing on flexibility and mobility. So we're going to start in the hands and knees position. We're just going to start with some rounding of the back and extending of the back. So I'm just going to tuck my chin into my chest, round my upper back. Squeeze my glutes. Hands are shoulder width. Knees are in line with the hips and feet are in line with the knees. Take an inhale through the nose. Fill your upper back up. Inhale again. And long exhale out through your mouth with pursed lips. From here, we're going to relax the glutes, allow our stomach to move down, and we're going to begin to arch our back one vertebrae at a time, and we're going to look all the way up. From here, we're going to take an inhale through the nose, exhale with pursed lips out the mouth, and then I'm going to begin to squeeze the glutes one vertebrae at a time, round my back, but keep my head up until the last vertebrae. Then from here, we're going to let those hips go side to side. We can go a little bit wider knees here. And you're going to bend the elbow that you're leaning toward and straighten the opposite elbow. Make sure that your feet are tucked into the ground. Then from here, we're going to sit all the way down onto our heels. And we're just going to bring our hands on our knees. We're just going to move our hips side to side, left to right. And our toes are going to be pointed here, side to side. Then from here, I'm going to extend my wrists lightly, so without any pain. I'm going to go side to side, back and forward, and in a circle. And then from here, push some fists into the ground, and we're going to rotate over the knuckles and then kind of the opposite way. From here, we're going to go real wide knees, forearms down, and then we're just going to rock side to side here. You should feel a nice stretch in the adductors. Then from here, we can perpendicular or have 90-degree knees with those feet flexed or dorsiflexed. You can round the upper back, squeeze the glutes, and then you can untuck one vertebrae at a time. And then head is up. Then head goes down. And exhale as you round. From here, press into the ground with your hands. Bring those knees together underneath the hips. And just relax back into your kneeling position. Take a couple inhales and exhales here. Then we're going to go ahead and bring the bottoms of our feet together. Pull those toes toward the body, and then actively press those knees to the ground. Exhale out through the mouth, inhale through the nose, or you can just inhale and exhale through the nose here. From here, what we're gonna do is bring one hand behind, and then the opposite hand is gonna press into the knee. So you feel a stretch here, and then we'll switch. Then from this position, we'll do a dynamic or an isometric movement pathway. So we're gonna lift this foot off the ground. So we're gonna actively go into hip flexion while our knee is bent. From here, we're gonna hold and then try to straighten the leg and try to get that foot up as high as it'll go and slowly move it out as far wide and out as possible with as much control as possible with a very light landing. And then we're gonna do the same thing up and back. And you're gonna feel your tensor fasciae latae or TFL muscle turn on as you go up, and then bend the knee and come back to the butterfly. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So bring the hands together, or you can have your hands behind you if that's easier. We're gonna lift the foot up off the ground, but keep that knee bent. Feel that hip flexion start to work. And then we're gonna extend that knee, try to get that foot up as high as it'll go in the air without leaning back. And parachute landing down onto the ground with the knee straight. Hold, take an inhale if you need to, just like you're about to push something up off the ground, or use all your strength to lift that foot up, and then slowly bend the knee back to the butterfly position, okay? And then the challenge here is to do both the feet at the same time, okay? So you could do that like this and lean back and then end up here, and then you can bring your hands out front, or you can slide them back in and try to do that with no support. Okay, then from here, we can rotate and kind of bend into each side. So whether you look like this, or like this, we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna rotate the torso. I do that using my hands, and then I keep those toes up. Look in the direction of the foot. Keep my chest high. I'm not curling over like this. I want to keep a nice tall spine. And then the same thing the other way. I'm just focusing on my breathing as I'm here. Then what I'm going to do is slide into 90-90. So I'm going to slowly move into 90-90 here. Hands out like kickstands. Then we're going to rotate as far back as possible and look over the shoulder. And then reach up, rotate back, and bring your hand behind your body, and then all the way back and around. Then we're going to try that same thing on the other side. Don't need to be fancy with the transition here, so just get back into that 90-90 position on the other side. Then we're going to rotate, look over the shoulder, reach that arm up, all the way behind the back, and then all the way up, back to that rotation, and then back to center. Go ahead and cross those legs. Just gonna do a quick lower back stretch, reaching forward, reaching to the side. You can feel a nice stretch here, where that hip and back kind of join together. And then switching to the other side, reaching across, keeping this hip down, breathing into that. Good. All right. Now we're gonna go to a standing position, but we're gonna start in downward dog. So we're gonna try to get those heels down. You're just gonna hold here, bend one knee at a time.
And then we're going to tiptoe with the knees straight to the front. If you need to bend the knees, that's fine. Then hands on the elbows, relax your head and neck. And then we're going to go up one vertebrae at a time.
Okay, so now we're going to perform some standing positions next. So I'm going to do a little bit of balance while we have the strength in the feet and ankles. I'm going to start on my left leg, so you can start on your right or left, doesn't matter. We're going to bring our arms out like an airplane. But remember, this back leg, don't let it go out away from the body. So we just want to go straight back, okay, right behind the hip. You're going to notice that the body and the foot are going to want to go out wide. So keep the toe tucked, meaning dorsiflex down. Don't let it point. So we're going to keep it just like that. So I want to try my best to get my head in line with my shoulders, in line with my hip, in line with my back foot, okay? And then I'm gonna just hold this position until I can find at least 10 seconds of balance. Want that bottom leg straight, top leg straight, arms out. If you can get here, maybe try to reach overhead. If you want more of a challenge, tee it out. You're gonna rotate and then open up the foot. Maybe touch the ground if you need the balance. Come back up, go back to center, and then you're gonna rotate the other way, touch the ground. And then from here, really try to straighten that back leg and look up toward the ceiling. Then we're gonna go back out to that airplane and then stand up. Now we're gonna try the same thing on the other side. Okay, other leg. Breathe. And then rotate open. So this is toward the inside of the front of the foot, looking in that direction. And then you're gonna rotate toward the outside of that front foot. And we're gonna try to hold here, try to straighten that back leg, tee out the arms and look over the shoulder and try to get your chin away from the shoulder. And then we're gonna go back to that airplane and stand up. Whew. So a little bit of lower body balance, strength, coordination, muscular endurance, a lot of different stuff going on there. Now we're just gonna take it to a squat. So I'm gonna go with a pretty wide squat, maybe a little wider than shoulder width. Bring my hands down on the inside of the feet, side to side here. And then straighten those knees. Relax my arms. And then come up one vertebrae at a time. Okay. I'm gonna work on some extension here of the spine. So I'm gonna push my lower back forward, feet together. Try to drive my elbows together, look up, and breathe into that. All right, and then we're gonna go touch the toes, opposite way here. Slowly come up, push into the back, open it up, and relax those arms, relax those shoulders. All right, so that was another mobility video. Let me know what you thought of it, and comment below what you're interested in learning next time. All right, everybody, thanks a lot.